Yo, what's up, YouTube? Colossal Boxing Talk is back today. Smooth Cat, introduce yourselves, fellas. First, we got to introduce our special guest. How you doing, there, Mr. Lloyd?
Yo, it's Sugar Floyd Jones Jr., a.k.a. Lloyd Knight. I'm in the build. My goodness.
Oh, he back.
It's been too long, baby. It's been too long. Sorry for the wait. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Colossal Boxing Talk, no doubt.
Mouse?
It's your boy Mouse, Kentucky in the building. You already know, Colossal Boxing Talk. We here.
It's your homie Smooth Cat. Y'all are in Chicago, Illinois. And let's go, JG.
Hello.
Go ahead, JG.
Oh, my bad. I didn't introduce myself. It's John G, representing VA all day. Colossal Boxing Talk.
All right, so like I say, we got a pretty interesting week of fights, but we're gonna kind of touch on last week a little bit, and then we'll get into this week. What was your Okay, first I'll start with Floyd because how he started the show with somebody new, but in this case, who's your all-time favorite fighter and why?
Oh man, come on. So I'm glad you asked that question. It's a great question, man. You know, so Sugar Floyd Jones Jr. comes from the fact that I have three favorite fighters, man. I love Sugar Ray Leonard. I love Floyd Mayweather, and I also love Roy Jones Jr. But if I had to really pinpoint my favorite fighter of all time, I'd like to really think outside the box. And I was actually thinking about this guy the other day. I think it would be none other than the late, tragically great Edwin Valero. You know, he was like, when he hit the scene, I used to watch his YouTube videos all the time because this little dude would just be knocking people out, and I would just be like, wow, man, like where does this guy's power come from? He's such a little dude, and then he finally made his debut on Showtime. He fought DeMarco, and I was thinking, well, that means that this dude is for real, and he ended up being everything that he was advertised. He beat the crap out of DeMarco, and I was so hyped, like, man, who's this guy gonna fight? Is he gonna fight Pacquiao? Is he gonna fight Floyd? But then tragically, you know, he had those circumstances where he murdered his wife, and then he went to prison and he hung himself allegedly. So I just, you know, he's my all-time favorite fighter, man, because I just feel like I felt like he was mine almost because, you know, he wasn't a super known person, but he was just amazing while he was out here. And I think about the void he kind of left because there's so many matchups he could have had if he would have been able to control the demons in his life.
Agree.
You know what's crazy about that shit is he said before he died that the only person he felt he could give him a problem was Joan Guzman. He felt he could beat everybody else.
Yeah. Hell, hey, Joan Guzman, I mean, in my opinion, that he's a very underrated fighter himself. I mean, the only thing with him, his lack of dedication wasn't there. But if he actually had his dedication and he was really forward with everything boxing, I think he could have been a pound for pound star easily.
Well, definitely. I mean, he had it all. I mean, that was the guy that they were advertising to beat up on Pacquiao, but he just never. That's what you said. That dedication was never there.
Yeah. But okay, to kind of touch on last week, as we know, we had couple of fights last week with Andre Durrell going up against James DeGale, and like I said, I'll start with Sugar Floyd Jones. What was your take on that fight?
Wow, man, you know, man, there's so many layers to that fight that I thought was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll start at the end. You know, with SMS Promotions going bankrupt recently, I saw a picture of the initial fighters he signed, 50 Cent, of course. With Yuriorkis Gamboa and Andre Durrell, and there was one other guy that was in the Kirkland, yeah. And like now you see like all of those guys have gone down, you know.
Billy Dibb too. Billy Dibb. Don't forget Billy the Kid.
Yeah, Billy Dibb. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I was rooting for him so much, 50, because I just feel like we need to have as many people involved in boxing as possible, you know, because there's just so many. There needs to be so more avenues for great fights to happen. So with that being said, like I picked Durrell to win. Honestly, I've been disconnected from the sport. I had not seen a lot of DeGale, but knowing that he had lost to Groves, I was like, wow, right? So, you know, I seen Groves fight, and I thought Groves was pretty impressive, except for, you know, the fact that like Froch knocked him into next year. But I picked Durrell to win, but it's just a classic thing of there's no real dog in Durrell. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't seem like he wants to be the most. He's the most athletic fighter, and he wants to hang on that outside, and he wants to press. He doesn't want to really press, and it seemed like DeGale wasn't a better technician, but he was just way more hungry to get the victory that night. And when he hit him with that first knockdown, I thought it was over. I thought he was going to clean him out, but
yeah, me too.
But Andre showed some heart to finish the fight, and I think DeGale victory opens up so many great matchups in the near future in the super middleweight division.
I agree. Mouse?
Man, that was a really good fight to me. I didn't really quite understand why I was on before all the other fights. To me, that really should have been the last fight on that PBC card. You know, that's really a you know, and I said this the other day on my Facebook. I felt that was a pay-per-view fight. Not because I'm trying to, you know, try to pay to watch that fight or anything, or try to promote pay-per-views, but I just feel like the depth of that fight was worth that. You know, you got two of the bigger super middleweights in the world fighting. It's always, you know what I mean, gonna be a good fight. But it was a real close fight, man. It's exactly what Sugar said. I mean, I felt Durrell just has no dog in him. You know what I mean? Like, after he got knocked down, like, round 5 was a momentum change. From round 6 all the way till about round 10, 11, Durrell was just beating on Miguel. Miguel really wasn't doing much of anything. But then, 11 and 12, we kind of just... I don't felt that he had won the fight, or just he just had nothing left in the tank, but he kind of just stopped pressing on the girl, and it's really what lost him the fight, because he really had most of that fight won besides the 2 knockdowns. If you take away those 2 knockdowns, it's a clear victory for Durrell. The problem with Durrell is, I said this when he was in the Super 6 tournament, and even when he came out, I mean, when Durrell first came out, I had him as being the
Mouse?
beat Ward. Yeah, you get me?
Yeah.
I had him being the only person that could beat Ward because I felt that he was that athletic and that good boxing-wise. But ever since he took that layoff, I don't know if his heart's still in boxing. I mean, even now, like, his promotional company going down, where do you go from here? Who do you sign? Do you go with Top Rank? Do you go with Heyman? I mean, what's your move from now? Besides that, I mean, I thought it was a good
He with Heyman already.
I thought it was a good fight, man. Is he with Heyman?
Yeah, he with Heyman.
I mean, besides that, it was a good fight. I mean, the middleweight division is open right now. I mean, there's so many talented fighters in that division. I mean, I would like to see a rematch, though.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. I actually thought that I love the fact that he called out Andre Ward and Froch.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? like, dude, I'm glad to hear that. We got to have guys who are willing to get in the ring with each other. You know what I'm saying? The thing that pisses me off the most, and maybe this is because I'm a former professional wrestling lover, is that it feels like the guy you just won the fight, they have the mic, and they're like, look, who do you want to fight next? And everyone wants to say, well, I'm going to let my promoter decide.
Right. Yeah.
I loved that Ricky Hatton, after he knocked out a way past his prime Castillo, looked into the camera and said, Floyd, I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fight you. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you know, wasn't afraid to put himself out there to fight the best. And I feel like everybody should be doing that, you know? And it's gotten to a point where, like Keith Thurman, when he first came on the scene and he was appearing on HBO, he would call out Floyd, he would call out everybody. And I remembered all these boxing fans, like, decrying him for that, saying, like, what are you doing? You haven't done enough to do that. And I was like, hell no, I love this. Great.
I agree.
He wants to fight the best, you know?
Go ahead, JG.
Yeah. Do you think that when you say that, do you think that because you see that a lot in the Heyman fighters? I mean, a lot of the other promotional companies, you know, like K2 and Eddie Hearns and all them back in Europe, they're more willing to call out guys. Like, I mean, when Golovkin fights, he comes out and he says after the fight, I want Canelo or Cotto. You know,
he says that now.
Yeah, but even before, he was still saying he wanted Cotto before he said that.
But before that, he was calling out Martinez before the Cotto Martinez fight.
Even guys like, you know, even right now, Roman Chocalito, who just made it. When they asked him about Inoue, he said, yeah, you know what I mean? I would love to make that fight. You know, I'm going to leave it in my promoter's hands, but that would be a fight that would be very good for us, you know, and we would like to make that happen. It seems like with Heyman fighters, it's more like they avoid the question, like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to let my promoter decide.
Right. Go ahead, JG. What's your thoughts on Darrell fight?
Honestly, I had a different take than everybody, not by much. But I thought Darrell won the fight. I mean, I thought it was close. I don't think it was a robbery. No, there's no robbery. It's a close fight. Could have gone either way. My problem with DeGale, though, I think a lot of people are, you know, they were impressed. I wasn't impressed with DeGale. I thought that a lot of the fight, he didn't fight. I thought that he stood there. I'm not saying he was scared. Yeah, I'm not going to use the term that Darrell said that he was running. But it was almost like he was just like, okay, it's going to be a tactical fight, and then I'm going to try and steal it in the last 10 seconds. Like that old bitch-ass Oscar De La Hoya move. I thought Miguel did that a lot of this fight. And it was a lot of those rounds that he might have landed one punch, but I thought Darrell won most of the rounds. And even the round that he got the knockdowns, that was the same thing that happened. He was getting beat most of the round, and he landed a good punch. He almost threw the punch like a girl. I'm not gonna say it was like a girl, but like the angle he threw it was kind of like that. And he landed. It was a pretty good punch. And then he almost finished him off. But even in that round, Darrell hurt him in that round a couple of times. I don't know if anybody really paid attention to it, but like Mouse said, from like rounds 6 to 10, it was just like. It just looked like Darrell wanted to fight, and like DeGale really didn't. And then the last 2 rounds, where the dog had to come out of Darrell to, you know, you got knocked down twice, so you got to win these rounds. He really didn't. I would love to see a rematch.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I want to just name a couple of fights. Froch and this DeGale fight, especially. Both of these fights, it was really gut check time for him to step up, stand in front of DeGale, and put his hands together. You see what I'm saying? And in both instances, it didn't feel like he was willing to do what it took near the end to really win those championship rounds. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I know people are going to be like, he's a Flomo. What I will say is this. When Floyd fought Cotto, when Floyd fought Maidana, I don't think he gets enough credit for the fact that those close fights, he stood his ground in front of those guys and were willing to let his hands go Because that's what champions do. I mean, that's what to me that's what separates it. You think about Sugar Ray Leonard losing just about all those rounds against Tommy Hearns, and he does what he has to do to win. Like that's what champions do. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't seem, Darrell specifically, does not seem to have what it takes to be that guy. And you know what? I'll get the even better example is this. He admits that he was satisfied just making it to the medal round when he was in the Olympics that year. That he was just happy that he got the medal. That's a very damning thing to say when you're talking about someone who should have a desire to be the #1 guy.
I agree. Okay, you know what I'll say, what I saw in the fight, because from the outset of it, like you say, it was looking like it was getting ready to be one of those close, real tactical fights, and kind of like y'all said, Darrell was dominating the second round until he got dropped. The thing, what I kind of see with Darrell in some fights, and that's kind of the reason why I picked James DeGale after watching a few of his fights, because Darrell seems sometimes it's like when you can hurt him. It's like you put him in a place mentally. I don't know if I want to precisely say you take him back to the Arthur Abraham situation, but you kind of put him in a very uncompromising position, and sometimes he folds, and after the knockdowns, it was starting to seem like he was gonna fold, but then he surprised me by going from round 6 through 10. And actually, he was doing work. He was literally he was beating the hell out of DeGale, and it's like y'all say, it was time for him to say, okay, you know what, this is my fight. I'm gonna take this fight regardless of the 2 knockdowns. And it's like he was like, you know what, I'm up on the card, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna box. And I'm gonna see what happened. And while he did that, DeGale came out guns blazing. And DeGale took the fight away from him. I had the fight tied after 10. I had it tied, and the last 2 rounds is why I gave it to DeGale, because he came out and won the championship rounds. But what I will say is for DeGale, something that Sugar Floyd mentioned, and I even wrote it on Facebook. I love that he came out and he said, I want Andre Ward. I love that, because for some reason, a lot of people in the division, I know Ward is ultra talented. He's a good defensive fighter. I won't call him a great defensive fighter, but I call him a good defensive fighter. But his style isn't the most appeasing to everyone. But I like that DeGale said, I'll fight him. And he also, he was on record as saying that Andre Ward wouldn't fight him, because Ward felt the fight would be too difficult and things of that sort. Maybe he is talking a little too much and showing a little extra bravado, but I like to see that in a fighter. That shows me that you believe and you trust in yourself. So even if you are, to some people, spewing nonsense, that shows that you're like, okay, well, regardless of how you feel about it, I know this is true. I feel this way and I feel that way. But in the case of Andre Darrell, I honestly, I feel this. I think he's in the need. He has to really sit down, because when we had the interview with him, he told us how he felt like he was a different fighter. He got more passion. He was more hungrier than ever and things of that sort. And then you went out there and you had the opportunity that you were telling us, if you ever get that opportunity again, you were going to fully take advantage of it, and you let it slip out your hands. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, Darrell, I still feel is one of the top 168 pounders, but I really believe Darrell, I won't say like his corner is a problem, but his corner, they need to push him more. It's like they get comfortable with hearing him say, "Oh, I'm okay. We should do this." It's like Darrell, not only is he fighting, but it's like he's telling his trainers what he needs to do and what he's gonna do. And when it gets like that, I think it's time for a change.
Absolutely.
Going back.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Oh, go ahead, Mouse.
My bad, JD. Going back to what you said back when you said DeGale was taking the final seconds of the round, and that's where he was winning. You know what I mean? But so I remember round 5. I was actually on the phone. I was texting Mike. I was throughout the whole fight, every round we were texting back each other, and I remember around 5, that I had Mike, and I was like, "Yo, the road's dominating, but wait, the girl just came back at the end of the round and really put on some pressure. I think the girl won that round. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then if you really, although there's 3 minutes in a round, you got to remember that most of the time the judges are only going to remember the last 30 seconds, 45 seconds of
The lasting impression.
you know, and if you go to boxing gyms all over the country, a lot of trainers will tell their fighters, even if you're losing a round, make sure you go hard those last 30 seconds because the judges will pay attention to that. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like, that's what I felt was the biggest difference in that fight was.
It was.
It was the fact that Darrell, yeah, there was rounds where Darrell was dominating the first half, but then it was just like he took his foot off the pedal and was just content with what he had. And then DeGale was throwing punches with power, with intention to knock him out. So remember, those punches, they're going to be more favorable in the judges' eyes. They're going to look, you know, so it's almost, you know, it's bittersweet. You know, you never want to make a round, you know, be decided in 30 seconds. But sometimes those last couple of seconds, you put on that pressure, and it makes the difference between you winning a round or not.
That's a good point.
All right, yeah. Go ahead, JG.
And actually, I was going to bring up Andre Ward when y'all were talking about Andre Ward. And you know what? The problem with Andre Ward, and I love Andre Ward as a fighter, and he fought the Super 6. That was great. But what was that like? That was 5 years ago, correct?
4.
4 years ago.
Right.
Okay. The problem with Andre Ward at this point is he thinks what he's done makes him the A side. But the A side is the guy who's selling the tickets, whether people want to believe it or not. Like, this isn't the Olympics. Like, this isn't the gold medal. Like, sometimes, like, Andre Ward, like, you got to realize that you can barely sell out Oakland. You know what I'm saying? You're home. Like, in California, they boo you. They booed you at the Golovkin fight. Like, you might have to go and fight Froch over in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to become an A side, like, you might have to do that. And I think that like he turns his nose up at the Gale fight, but at the end of the day, you're not fighting anybody. So, I mean, it's tough. Like, when the DeGale calls you out and he got a strap, you might have to take that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's how I feel about that situation. But I'm totally with Mouse on the last 30-second thing, and it kind of goes with the last 2 rounds where it's like he's not pushing through. Now, I guess my question is, in the gym, when he's doing his workouts, is he letting his foot off the gas at the end of it, at the end of his sessions and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to work hard for 3 minutes, is he taking off that last 30 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of stuff probably matter.
You know what? I think an old saying. Hold on, one second, be cool. I think an old saying they used to say in football practice was, "You practice how you play." So I mean, now with you bringing that point up, that's kind of interesting, and it makes me think that sometimes Andre Darrell he might be like, okay, you know what? I think I had a good practice. These last 45 seconds, I'm gonna turn down a little bit, do this.
Saving it. That's what they call it.
Right, but I mean, and that's, I mean, if you're gonna do, see, that's like they say, the habits that you attain in practice are you showcase those during games sometimes, and like in a fight, I mean, you can't do that. You gotta go the whole 3 minutes long and make your impression, so the judge can be like, okay. Now, he did get knocked down in round 2, but, okay, after that he came back and did this, and I appreciate what he did, so I'm going to give him the edge. But Darrell didn't do that. in that fight. He didn't at all. He, like you say, he took his foot off at times, and he let DeGale steal some rounds that DeGale had no reason in hell to have been a one. Honestly.
So we talking about the Darrell fight?
Absolutely, yes, sir. Go ahead, Big Cool. Welcome, Big Cool. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. Had something pop up. How you doing, Floyd?
How's it going?
Hey, going good, man. But my thoughts on the fight is, I gave Andre round 1, and then round 5 through 10 and round 12. But like you said, he did take his foot off the brake in the last 2 rounds. I would like to see him go for it a lot more. I'd rather him go out on his shield and, go out, thinking that he had a victory, a comeback victory secured, because you know how these judges are. And again, it's not even a criticism to the judges per se, other than the one that scored 117, 109. But, if you want to be a champion and really, stake your claim in this sport, you have to go all out to, try to, get the belt by any means, or get the W by any means. And in that 11th round, he dropped the ball, because I felt if he would have, won that round, he definitely would have, secured at least a draw,
Right.
But he took his foot off the gas and he paid for it. But he still got a lot in the tank. He showed that he's back from that, whatever you want to call it, legitimate injury or not. He's back from the Arthur Abraham debacle, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. He just has to maybe get a new trainer. I like the addition of Chris Bird, but maybe make Chris Bird his head trainer, and really get with him and zero down and kind of distance himself from the family in terms of training him and really, maybe a distraction. But like I said, it was a good fight. I had Darrell winning, but I'm not mad at Darrell got the decision, because he did what he had to do, and those 2 knockdowns in the second round proved, critical in the fight.
Agree. All right, Big Cool. I'm gonna ask you this question, because this is something that okay. I feel, looking at Andre Darrell, I feel he's physically gotten over the situation with the Arthur Abraham situation, the injury, but I'm not sure he's mentally over it. And I mean, you remember our breakdown video? I kind of mentioned it. I don't. Even though he sounded very confident when he was talking to us, saying how if the championship opportunity got out there again, he was gonna give it his all and let it all hang out. I don't feel he did that.
At times in the fight he did, but when it mattered,
Right.
rounds 11 and 12, he did not. Like I thought that maybe he thought he was gonna get a one of those decisions, a home country decision, because he not a hometown decision or whatever, because he won in his hometown, but his home country decision. So maybe he thought that the judges would give it to him, but if those knockdowns didn't occur, it would have been a different fight. But maybe you're right, mentally he kind of probably tapped out and just like, you know what, I did enough to get a decision. And
Sorry about that.
Oh, he gone. Hey, real quick, while we're still up here, I just wanted to interject.
my bad.
Go ahead.
No, you go. No, you.
I just wanted to interject with something real quick. Do y'all seriously think that he had neurological problems at all? I always felt like he was faking when he got hit. It just looked really theatrical.
You know what? I'm gonna say like this. Like I said, he's my boy, but my original thought, I always thought that it was kind of a facade too. And I told plenty of people I thought that was his way to get out of the Abraham fight, because
Get out of the Super 6 period.
Because
it looked like he was about to catch some L's.
Right. It looked as if to me like he was about to get KO'd in that fight with Abraham, and I think that was his way to get out of it. I might be wrong, but that's what I thought.
Looking at the when it first happened, I thought it was a legitimate injury, but looking at it now, respectfully saying this, the shot hit, but it didn't glance, and like I said, we don't know. Abraham was a hard puncher, and we haven't been hit by him, but it looked like once it glanced, and he just said, you know what, you know, like the girls fainting the mood, just and he just fainted and just said, you know what, you know,
oh man,
no disrespect, man, but it just that's how I feel, because as soon as it landed, it was a delayed reaction. He was like, okay, somebody looking, and it just went down, and then he got back up and was like, I'll fight you, man, or whatever he said. He finished the fight when the fight was over. So
you know what? I got to go back to it because that was some of the funniest stuff ever. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. The video where his wife yells, "You're a coward! You're a bitch!" And like, who called me a coward, man?
I didn't even know that was his wife that said that. For real.
Yeah, that was his wife. But he thought she was talking to him, but she was talking to Abraham. But it was just it was funny because he was so
adamant about
it. He was so caught up in what happened. He thought they was talking about him. And man, I've been rolling. I still laugh at that video. Darrell, my boy, but that video is funny.
Yeah, but man, I didn't think maybe who was he scheduled to fight next? If he was scheduled to fight Andre Ward right after that Abraham fight.
Yeah.
The way he performed up into that, you know, that 11th round or whatever, he could have very well beat Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying, at that time, because he looked great in the fight with Abraham up until like he got knocked down and then he slipped and Abraham hit him. You know, so I think that would have been a 50-50 fight, but. You know, Floyd might be right. You know, he might have been taking some L's if he would have continued on, which is nothing to be ashamed of if you're fighting the best and constantly challenging yourself. But, hey, if he don't get his mental game up to par with his physical, he's never going to, you know, become a champion. And I'm going to ask him tomorrow some questions that, you know, see what went wrong in in his fight with DeGill and see what he has to say.
All right, y'all. Let's look on the Spike TV card tomorrow. We got Friday. Oh, excuse me, everybody. We got the fight for the vacant WBA junior lightweight title between Brian Vasquez and Javier Fortuna. Start us off, Mouse.
My bad, I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
You got the fight between Brian Vasquez and Javier Fortuna for the vacant WBA regular junior lightweight title. What's your take on the fight?
With the smaller guys, man. I ain't going to talk too much on this because I need to do some more research on Vasquez. But as of right now, I got Fortuna winning that fight. But it's going to be a hell of a fight, man. I love when Fortuna fights, man. That's one of my favorite fighters right now.
Okay. Lloyd?
Fortuna the dude who be knocking everybody out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know nothing about Brian Vasquez. Typical Al Heyman card. You know what's funny about Al Heyman cards? The judges can fill that shit out before the fight even starts. Like
they're like, I need 2 close rounds and a crazy score.
Yo, but you know what's funny though? Like even the announcers, it's so funny because the announcer said, like I was watching when I was watching a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week. Yeah, last week, the Andre Darrell card and the Andre Darrell versus DeGale. The second fight was with Delvin Rodriguez.
Man.
And they were like, yeah, you know, on Premier Boxing Champions, you'll either get a fight in which 2 champions or 2 highly skilled fighters fight and they test each other, or you'll get introduced to a new fighter. And that Brian Vasquez versus Javier Fortuna fight sounds like we're going to be introduced
to the new fighter.
Yeah. I think Fortuna got a questionable chin, right? He got a shaky chin. He been dropped, haven't he, if I'm not mistaken. Mouse, has he?
Yeah.
He got good skills and good power, but like I said, his chin is questionable. But I think he'll get Vasquez out there in 7 or 8 rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's my prediction. I don't really have too much. I don't know who Vasquez is. He sounds like a tough fighter though, you know, by the name alone. But you know, I don't really. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Would you say Grievous Vasquez fighting?
No,
Oh man,
Brian.
hey, if Graves Vasquez is fighting, I'm guaranteed he losing.
Oh yeah,
It might as
JG.
well be Grievous.
Right. Go ahead, JG. What's your thoughts?
Oh,
JG?
you waiting on me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know anything about Vasquez. Is it Vasquez or Vasquez? Because I know there's.
Vasquez.
I don't know anything about Vasquez. I'm going with Fortuna. I think that I picked 6 because everybody else picked all the other good numbers. But I think that he
He
gets.
said, "I'm gonna go even. I'm gonna go even."
Yeah, I'm trying to. I need some points in this league very bad, so I'm going with Fortuna. I think it's either 6 or 7, one of them two, because I don't want to be like everybody else. But yeah, this is Al Heyman. Like let's
Special.
showcase my guy on network TV.
Yeah, he's serving him a special.
I'll say this from the one fight of Vasquez I seen, he did a good job of boxing, but he's the type he can be led. He'll be led into brawls as well, and I just believe Javier Fortuna is the premier fighter in this fight. And kind of like Sugar Floyd Jones said, this is his introduction to the world on this stage. So I got Javier Fortuna, 4th round.
Hey, just to let you guys know, Vasquez is coming in with a record of 34-1, so it's not
Right.
a stepping stone for Fortuna. However, Fortuna is 27-0 with 1 draw, so it's actually gonna be, and it's super featherweight. And Fortuna, whenever Fortuna fights, man, this guy is always in some kind of war. Man, and that what people don't be surprised if this fight steals the show, because the smaller guys, they have so much speed, and you will see some of these guys with power that's unbelievable. So, I mean, it's definitely not a stepping stone for Fortuna. This guy is coming in with a good record, so
Yeah,
don't be
you know, it's been
surprised
a.
if it's still of the night.
Hey, Mike. What's the guy that? What's the guy? The Brunson guy. He had a good record too. And when he stepped up against,
Delvin Rodriguez.
yeah, then he fought
Yeah.
Carson Jones. What happened? He got knocked out on
Mhm.
Showtime,
Oh,
SoBox. So
Yep.
not to diss your coming mouse, but there's a lot of inflated records, that get deflated,
Absolutely.
once they step up.
that's true. That's true. I can't argue that. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if it does steal the show.
Yeah, I feel you because I think we'll talk about the main event, but I think the main event gonna be a one-sided ad whooping.
Hey man, there's certain states that if a guy comes out with an undefeated record and you see him on an HBO or Showtime card and he fought all his fights in these states,
Yeah.
he ain't shit.
Tell him to go to
South
ESPN.
Carolina.
Hey,
South Carolina.
you know that's
If
Chris
you fought all your
Algieri,
fights
right?
in South Carolina,
All day long, JG.
if
Hey,
you
you
ain't
know that's Chris Algieri, right?
Who you talking to me, JG?
No, I'm talking to Sugar Floyd. That's Algieri. He fought most of his fights in New York before Pacquiao, right?
Before
New York
Even
counts.
right.
New York counts. South Carolina don't count. Louisiana don't count.
Alabama don't count. Yeah. Yep.
If you fight all your fights and I saw a fight one time. I don't know who the dude's name is. Dude had a 28-0 record and he came out of North Dakota. Man, you better
Hey,
better quit.
Y'all crazy.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. Well, the panel here is unanimous that Javier Fortuna will win this fight. The next fight, we got Chris Algieri, one of the toughest, most game fighters in the sport of the day. The guy who also he's yet to come out that cage yet too, and
He tough in that cage.
man, hey, he going up against in my opinion one of the best talented skill fighters in the sport of boxing today, and Amir Khan, and a fight that should be very interesting. But we're gonna start off with Big Cool because of his comment. So go ahead, Big Cool.
Man, I like Chris Algieri. I picked him to beat Pacquiao. I don't know why I did that. But
Wait, pause. Hold on one second.
I know, man. I
Did
know. I
you?
know.
You did what?
Yeah, man. Hey, I was taking advice of JG. JG said, man, he has a legit chance, so I put that one on JG.
You
Nah,
what? You know I ain't say that. Come
nah,
on.
nah,
You
nah,
know what I
JG.
said.
Yeah,
JG
nah,
picking the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, and yeah, you can't listen to him.
Oh man.
nah. JG didn't tell me that. Nah, I just thought that his jab and his foot movement would give Pacquiao problems, but I was clearly wrong.
It actually
Um,
did for a little while.
Yeah, it didn't do it enough for him to be competitive. He could at least make me look halfway right and saying it'd
Yeah.
be a competitive fight. But
But you still got to remember he didn't get a chance to come out the cage though.
man, well, that's why he got a new trainer gonna let him out the cage. He probably, right away. Um, but yeah, like I said in the article I wrote about this fight, or not particularly about this fight, but just I mentioned it briefly, that I see Khan as a bigger, better version of Chris Algieri. Both can, box, have quick feet. Both use jab very well. But Khan is more experienced against big time fighters, and he's more of a natural boxer anyway. Because Chris Algieri was a kickboxer before he decided to take on boxing full time. I just think that the speed and the skill level is going to be too much of a difference for Algieri to overcome. And I think he takes another L, and it might be a good fight. I kind of hope he wins so we can hear Amir Khan stop talking about Floyd, but I think Amir Khan gonna get him by unanimous decision, easy, like what he did against Devin Alexander.
Okay. Let me see. Go ahead, JG.
Man, look, y'all know what this is. This is the lamb getting sacrificed, dude. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I like Chris Algieri. I hope he comes out of that cage one day, but it ain't gonna be Friday night. Y'all know it. And I said this for the Pacquiao fight too, man. Look, this is to set up. I personally think that Khan and Floyd are gonna fight. This is the fight to make everybody say, "Oh, well, Floyd don't want to fight Khan. Khan looked good against his last couple of opponents. This is a guy that's gonna give Floyd trouble. He don't want to fight him." I think that this is an opponent set up for that, and I think that Floyd and I think Floyd's been setting up this Khan fight for a while, because if you think about it, and I hate to make this all about Floyd, but if you think about it, when Floyd first mentioned Amir Khan, that's a fight that makes sense. Everybody said he was nuts. And that was right before he was picking in between Maidana and Khan. Now, all of a sudden, that's a fight that a lot of people are clamoring for. I think that Al Heyman and Floyd do a very good job of making people want fights that they didn't really want in the beginning. And I think that this is going to be a showcase. I mean, I don't think that Algieri is going to be able to hurt Khan. And if you can't hurt Khan, you better be able to outbox him. And I don't think anybody really can outbox him right now, unless maybe you're Floyd or maybe you're Manny Pacquiao. So, I mean, Algieri can't hurt him. He's not going to win, straight up.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Sugar Floyd.
At no time has a man rode the wave of a pretty good performance the way Chris Algieri has cashed in the last year.
Yeah.
He went to Macau. Now he's headlining at the Barclays Center. Like, do you realize that?
Yeah.
Like, to me, he is truly a marginal fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
To me.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. He's a marginal guy. I mean, so for me, seeing him headline the Barclays Center, similar to the Fortuna thing, I mean, I really can't. Gosh, I wish JG hadn't have said it, but it really is like laying a lamb to the slaughter. I think he is going to I think Khan is going to absolutely rip right through Algieri. And I think it's going to set it up that he's going to beat him to a degree that it's going to be obvious to everyone that now is the time for the Floyd fight to happen. I do think that Khan has immense skill and speed. The only questionable thing is his chin. And Chris Algieri does not have the power to put a dent in Khan's chin. And I think, Khan's fast footwork, he'll be in and out, he'll be moving. But I think he'll be once Khan, when the thing about Khan is this: when he hits those strides where he gets rolling, it's a pretty sight to see. Like, you see what he did to Zab when he fought Zab.
Colossal.
Yeah, when he gets rolling down that hill, he becomes like he really is a force. And I think that we're gonna see a lot of that in this fight. And I'm gonna go KO5. What's up?
Ooh, damn, KO. Hey, Floyd, let me ask you something. Does a victory over Alexander and a victory over Algieri warrant a fight with Floyd Mayweather, in your opinion, for Khan? Or do you think there are other guys out there that's more worthy to face Floyd in September?
Big Cool, and I think that's pretty cool nickname, by the way. Did you come up with that, or did they give you that nickname, Big Cool?
A guy that used to be, I'm gonna shout him. I ain't gonna shout him out, but if somebody used to be in CBT gave me the name.
All right, so
Stitch bitch.
So, gosh, what you just said messed me up. Hold on. Let me get it back.
No disrespect to him, because we on good terms. That's just, I don't want to give him too much, credence on the CBT.
No, that's fine. What was the question you asked me about? Oh, does Khan deserve the Floyd fight? It's not about, and see, here's the thing that, gosh, and I hate saying it because we're all boxing fans. We want to see the best fight the best. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the facts are, it's really not about being worthy. It's about who's the most marketable. What makes the most sense as far as dollar. That's all Floyd worries about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the most worthy? I think every person in here will raise their hand and say Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman looked real worthy. He looked real worthy. He's been on TV. He paid his dues.
Yeah, but
to me, he seemed like the most worthy.
Hold on. Paid his dues to who?
I mean, he's fought. He's been fighting on HBO for years. For me, he just makes the most sense. He wants to fight everybody. He want to fight everybody. He's willing to fight everybody.
But wanting to fight, I want to fight everybody. Can I get a Floyd fight too?
Here's the thing, though, Mouse. He's a mandatory for Floyd for that WBA strap, though. Whereas Khan not even fight. I mean, like, as far as titles wise, yes, Keith Thurman and knocking people out. Yes, Keith Thurman should be above Amir Khan at this point. Like, Amir Khan's not even fighting guys for rankings and mandatories and none of that. You know what I'm saying?
So, but then shouldn't Brook be in that same boat then?
Yes, he should.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like Brook. I'm with that. But my thing is this with Khan. I think Khan globally brings a lot of people into the tent. I think as far as traveling to Las Vegas, he's going to bring a lot of people to that party. When I went to see, when I saw him fight Peterson, there were so many, not only English people from England, but also those of the Mediterranean descent.
Pakistanians.
Yeah, he brings a lot of people into the tent with him, and I think that he carries enough of a name that when it comes up, they're gonna say, yeah, okay. I think people are gonna believe that this is gonna be a pretty decent fight, and to me, I think that makes him a logical choice.
No, of course. Marketing-wise, I agree with you 100%. I mean, he brings in the most marketable revenue at this point, with the fact that he does bring in that Europe and that Pakistan, as well as bringing in his. There's no bigger fight that could be done with Floyd at this point. I think
a rematch with Canelo is the only thing that could be bigger.
Canelo can't make that weight no more, man. Canelo, man, he was barely making 152.
I think he can make it. I mean, well, yeah. I think he'd come in right in at 154, but
Right.
I think he for that check he'll make it. I'll make it too. Shit, for that money.
Motherfucker just be running and shit.
Yeah. Pretty much, shit. I'll be a skeleton, but I'll be on that scale, 154.
Man, you know what? Hey, hell, hey, I'll even do one better. I'm gonna be 153 and a half.
As long as the check clear, you be like, I'm good.
Right. No, but you know what though? Hey Mouse, with Algieri and Khan, how you see this going?
I'm with Sugar Floyd, man. I think Khan gonna knock him out. I just think, man, you know what? It's not that I don't like Algieri. He fucked up my boy Ruslan. You know what I mean?
What's his last name?
I'm not saying the last name. But I just, you know what? I just don't. Khan is just too fast, bro. And man, it was real heartbreaking to see him fight Devin Alexander last go round because everybody knows that Devin is one of my all-time favorite boxers. I'm talking about like all-time in the history of the sport. Ooh. And I remember in the hangout, and I said I was going to go with Khan even though my heart was with Devin. So to see Devin get beat up like that, I would say he's nowhere near the level, you know, that he's, you know, like a Devin or, you know, even Peterson, you know, guys like that are, and I just don't see him putting up. You know, you could try to get on that bicycle and try to run, but Khan gonna corner you and hit you with a couple of shots and back up and then come back in. It's just gonna be too much for me. I think Khan gonna knock him out within the first 7-8 rounds.
Okay. Go ahead, Biko.
My last thing, I just think the experience, man, like the experience just is gonna is a big key. You know, it's just gonna be too much. Khan has seen all types of styles, man, and he's lost to, you know, different styles. He's been in every type of fight. He's seen big punches, little punches, and I think he want that Floyd fight bad, man, and he's just gonna grab it and run with it and go sign it. Probably got the contract signed now.
I mean, what bigger statement would you make? I mean, it seems like now if you beat Algieri, you get a Floyd fight. So
yeah, it's off.
Okay. I mean, like I say, what I see with this fight is the like a while back, I made a video about Amir Khan, how he's evolved and things and stuff like that. And I mean, he's dramatically different than what he was when he was fighting the Zab Judas, the Paulie Malignaggi, and those guys of the world. He's a far different fighter now. He's more intelligent. He controls range. He's defensively sound, and he's a bit of a sharpshooter. So with that said, I do believe Algieri will come to fight, and I do believe Algieri will try to put forth a good fight. But I see this as a 118, 111 type fight. I can see Algieri possibly getting some charity rounds. But overall, I do feel Khan. I feel his skill level is on another level, and I mean, it really wouldn't surprise me if he becomes the first man to stop Algieri, because as we know, Khan, like I say, when he smells blood, he can get very, very aggressive. But the thing with him getting aggressive now, he's so much smarter now than he was then with Virgil Hunter in his corner. So when he gets aggressive now, he knows to go eat the body up. Then you go up top for the bigger shots. So I got Khan unanimous decision.
He's not going to be the first man to stop Algieri because Algieri was knocked out before.
We talking about him in pro boxing though, Mouse, not kickboxing.
But
Mouse
I mean,
speaking facts.
Definitely.
He has improved as a fighter, but can you really say that? I mean, if you really go back to when Khan was before he got into the Danny fight, before he got into the Medina fight, before he got into even the Zab fight. His forte was always coming in, hitting you 2, 3, 4 times, and backing out and making you reset. I mean, that's Khan's forte. That's what his forte's always been. That's why his defense was always that good, because he had the ability. He was fast enough to come in on you, hit you a couple of times, and be able to back out to reset you, where you weren't able to be able to set your feet down to be able to hit him back.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think he's doing anything. I think he's going back to doing what he does best. Yeah, I don't think that
I'm gonna have to disagree, because like in his younger. Oh, go ahead. In his younger years, he would get to the point where he would be throwing shots, and then he would sit there and he wouldn't move. He would just get to trading with guys, and hell, I mean, that's how he got caught by Prescott, because he hit him with some shots, and then he got hit with a shot because he was standing there taking pictures.
No, I agree. I agree with you 100% on that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that. I just don't see him getting as reckless as he was doing before. That's where he's made the change at. But he still has the same style he had when he was, what's made him a strong fighter is the style he has. It's just now he's being more smart about who to trade with and when not to trade.
I think.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What could Khan do this weekend that could convince any of you that he could beat Floyd in September?
Nothing.
Not with this fight. Nothing.
I can say it like this. Like they say, it is a major disparity in the styles. But I honestly feel now, with his style, and y'all can quote me on this, I feel Amir Khan is the toughest fight for Floyd Mayweather at 147 right now.
What I see about it, it's not that I don't think Amir Khan can't beat Floyd. I just think when he's talking a lot, when it's all said and done, he has to get in the ring and execute his game plan. Absolutely. We've seen a lot of fighters trash talk Floyd and say they're gonna do this, and some of them has been supremely talented. Say they're gonna do this, say they're gonna do that. Say he can't punch, say he's lost his speed and whatnot, and then when he get in there with him, he hit harder than they thought. He's faster than they thought. You know what I'm saying? He's slicker than they thought, and I just think that he's gonna outclass Amir Khan when it comes to the mental aspect as well. He's gonna take him out of his his comfort zone mentally.
What I want to see how Floyd deals with a guy who, like I say, a bigger guy who can keep you on the outside with his jab, and he loves to jab. Also, I want to see how Floyd attacks him, because Amir Khan has it now, especially like when he's establishing range. When you throw a punch, he's coming right over the top with 3.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he's messing with Floyd, man. Floyd is still Floyd, man. I just don't think. I mean, like I said, man, he could overwhelm him with speed. I mean, maybe, but I just think Floyd's timing and footwork.
I think they know. I think they know something we don't know. I'm gonna be real.
Who is that?
Who
The Mayweathers. I think they know something we don't know. They've been trying to set this Khan fight up, dude. It's a con job, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you like this: it's possible sometimes you might bite off more than you can chew.
They said that about him.
I'm kind of with Michael on this one. I think Khan is May's hardest test, but I also do agree with Darrell. I think if Floyd gets in Khan's head, then I think. But I mean, that's the fight that Floyd has always done with everybody. It doesn't matter if it's Amir Khan, it's Manny Pacquiao, it's El Cotto. That's the mental advantage that Floyd has. I mean, once he pretty much gets in that ring and shows you, he makes the changes to adapt to what you're bringing, you kind of just lose all will to want to fight him. I mean,
Mouse, look what your partner, your best friend from Philly, dad did to Khan. Leading up to that fight, you can't tell me that trash talk from Angel didn't affect him. by how he got, even though he was, it looked like he was dominating Danny early in that fight. It felt like he was fighting with a purpose, trying to prove it to Angel that, how he was just letting off combinations, and then he got a little overconfident and then got caught with something. I think that Khan can be defeated, before he steps in the ring against the, supreme trash talkers.
No, I agree, but I mean the difference. I mean, it's really gonna fall on Virgil Hunter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at that point, Khan was with Roach. You know what I mean? As much as Freddie Roach says that he's there for his other fighters, his baby is Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach, I don't know. To me, he really did get Angel Garcia get that test, but it may be different. I still do say Floyd would beat him, but I will say Khan, to me, is at this point in his career.
Hey, I gotta agree with Mouse, and I'm gonna take it a little bit further too. He was with the whole Danny fight. Khan had Freddie Roach in his corner at the time. When some tragic shit is going down, not tragic, but some adversity hits. When do you ever hear Freddie Roach ever calm his fighter down or adjust to some shit? That's why I think he's a little overrated, because I really don't see Freddie Roach really adjust to anything. And in that fight right there, dude, Khan could have very well used some advice. I think that Virgil Hunter would have got him out of that. To be honest, like, he might have got hurt, he'd have been buzzed, he'd have came back. Okay, go back to what you're doing. Do this, do that. Like, Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach was giving advice like he had been hitting that fight with Khan with Garcia. Shit, he was discombobulated too. He I don't know what to do, Khan.
No, you know what? What I will say, I feel if Virgil Hunter was around then, not only would Amir Khan have beaten Danny, I think Amir Khan possibly would have stopped him.
No. If Matisse didn't stop him,
that's my belief. I'm not saying everybody's gonna agree. That's what I believe.
Wow. Matisse didn't stop him, Khan ain't stopping him.
Wow. Well, I mean, now you said that, but Peterson had him on the brink.
Hey, yeah, on the brink.
Yeah, but we got to look at it now. I got to preface my statement by saying that Danny isn't the same fighter since he fought, Matisse, and he wasn't, that good of. I mean, he wasn't as good as his peak when he fought Matisse, when he fought Khan. So maybe, maybe you're right, maybe I'm right. It's just at that moment I don't see Khan stopping Garcia, but you might have been right, because he was laying some leather to him early. But
y'all don't think that Danny Garcia may end up fighting Floyd in September?
It's a chance.
That sounds like a very.
I said that.
I don't want to see no whitewashes.
Hey, you know what? I said that to these guys, and they were telling me how I was nuts. But I was like, yo, the mark is there for Danny. Floyd is number 49.
How many times has Floyd fought either a lineal or a belt holder at 140 and made them come up to fight him?
He did it to Ricky Hatton.
No, yeah, I agree, but I mean, is there really? I mean, is that like really that people? I mean, a lot of people have really complained about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, can you really market that fight the way that it may seem like it's marketable? I don't know if it's as big as.
Well, a lot of people want to see Danny get his ass beat.
But I'd like to see Matisse versus Danny get a rematch as well too. That don't mean we're gonna get it.
But like JG said though, it really don't matter who Floyd fight now. He fought the biggest guy or the so-called biggest threat to him and easily beat him. So it doesn't matter. Like, when did JG, you say he can fight Rod Salka and people will buy it or whatever, you be good with it, so shoot,
I don't know about that one.
Hey, but Mouse, it's kind of hard to explain, but damn, I done forgot my track of mind. Don't listen to me. I'm fucked up right now.
Well, you know what? I think the Danny Garcia fight is very, very logical for a few reasons. But the main thing that I guess I just really wish I could see I would love to see a press tour with Angel Garcia talking pure T shit to Floyd, like the entire like trip, and see just Floyd just drop the whole like businessman persona and just absolutely begin to rip Angel Garcia.
But shit, he not gonna do that. What we gonna get is Roger versus and Guerrero. It's gonna be Roger Mayweather versus Angel Garcia. You know what?
All right, hey, Mouse. I know what I was gonna say now, dog. Oh, I was gonna say that the whole Danny thing. Why was the fight with Danny and Matisse so intriguing? Because people wanted to see Danny get his ass whooped.
Well, I picked Danny to win that fight.
I did too.
I knew that too, but I'm just saying, like most of everybody, they came up with all these memes and all that type of stuff of that picture when Peterson got knocked out by Matisse, and you just saw that look on Danny's face. Everybody was saying how Danny was afraid. Mm-hmm. Everybody was just pretty much saying how Danny was gonna get his ass whooped. They were tuning in to see him get his ass whooped.
Not me. I was the only one that picked Danny Garcia. I think wasn't it you, JG, too, that picked Danny Garcia?
Yeah, I picked Danny Garcia.
You was the only two.
No, you can't be the only two.
I dropped the kiss of death.
I
picked him by knockout too.
In the old Sweet Science group, I picked Danny by knockout in 7.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you too, Mike. You too. I forgot. It's us 3. Yeah, you're on with that one. You picked Matisse.
And the guy who's not in CBA picked him too.
No, sir. Me and CJ had picked Danny to be Matisse, and I had to bring that name up because that one the sucker's gonna play me right now. We picked
He spoke of his name. He spoke of that. He spoke of his name.
He's on every boxing forum out there. I never picked Matisse to beat Garcia.
Oh,
Yo,
okay. I stand corrected.
After I saw what Matisse did to Peterson, I was like, yo, this dude got rocks in his hands, B. For real. But
hey, y'all.
Yeah, I picked him.
Hey, y'all remember when Matisse knocked out?
I got a lot of stuff wrong.
Hey, y'all remember?
Let me ask you this over this Danny Garcia versus Floyd thing, though. I mean, this is my whole thing with this whole fight thing. I mean, do you think Floyd's next pay-per-view fight is going to be worth less than $100? I mean,
yeah.
There's no way they can charge $100 for his next pay-per-view fight. I wouldn't be shocked if his next pay-per-view fight wasn't like $30.
So you think it'll go down that low? That was my question. You think
he's too money hungry? That ain't gonna happen.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think a lot of people would be willing to pay another $80, $90, $100. I wouldn't even be willing to pay $50 to see him fucking fight. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia or Amir Khan. I mean that to me is like fucking.
He better run it back. He better make the.
But they're supposed to stack. Yeah, they're supposed to stack the undercard with a whole bunch of champions. Well, I'm probably gonna get Marquez on that. I bet they get Marquez on that undercard.
Marquez, Pacquiao, 5, 6.
You know what?
Pacquiao not fighting on no.
I know, man. I'm joking, dude.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, can you imagine that though?
I laugh.
Hey, you know what? He actually has been on one of Floyd undercards before.
Yeah, I know they fought. Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah, I think it was like 13 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, what was you about to say, Floyd?
No, I was just thinking about like everyone feels cheated from the last fight. From a business angle, it's his last fight under the Showtime contract. Why not just do it on CBS?
JG said that.
Stack it with a whole man. That's because he stole my swag. Nah, man, but stack it with a whole bunch of, like you said, champions, and make it a real like crowning night of this is the last time you're gonna see Floyd fight. Last time a lot of people didn't feel like they got the value for it. This time you're gonna get to tune in on prime time on CBS. And they just cut him a check of like, $25-30 million, and it becomes more of a celebration of the sport than just simply his last grab at some dough. You know what I'm saying? I think that would actually make a whole lot more sense.
And his opponent be Keith Thurman.
He ain't fighting no Keith Thurman for no $30 million. I lost your mind.
Oh man.
Floyd would be like, well, y'all wanted me to fight for free. I did, and now y'all want me to fight for $30 million against a dangerous young lion, hungry lion like Keith Thurman? No, sir. No, sir.
Can you imagine Floyd sitting in a meeting with Showtime for his last fight, and they just line up like the 6 toughest guys in a row, and it's almost like Tender where he's like, nope, nope, nope. Like
and he can do that right now, though. They got to kiss his grits right now. They owe him.
He said kiss his grits.
Yeah, he fought Canelo. He fought Manny. Like, those are the two of the biggest money fights ever. And he brought them. They owe him. He can almost pick who he wants.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I do want to see him fight somebody decent, though, man. I mean, I don't want to see him fight no dang on Amir Khan. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how talented Amir Khan is. I just don't want to see that fight.
Yeah, I want to see that fight badly.
I want to see it just so. I want to see it just so Amir can shut up.
Jarrell,
Huh?
As the opponent, who would you pick?
What'd you say?
I said if you had to pick Floyd's opponent, who would you pick?
Well, shit, if I had to pick, I mean, it'd be a Thurman. But if I really wanted him to, get challenged, really get challenged, I have him move up to 154 to face Triple G. I mean, that's just me. If you ask me,
Triple G.
But I just want Thurman. I
think Floyd beats Triple G at 154.
I think so too.
I would like to see Floyd fight him for number 50. Like, if he ever decided that he wanted to come back and break the 49, I think he should fight him for number 50 because you got nothing to lose.
Nope. I don't think Floyd care about going undefeated for real like that no more. I mean, he got all the money. I mean, it just, I don't know. If you beat him fair and square, I think he can deal with it and go on and move on with his life.
I think you should give Castillo a rematch so everybody can stop crying about the first.
Hey, stop that, Mouse.
Yeah, don't ever say that, Mouse.
Get that out.
Yo, man, Castillo fought last year, B.
Blew out the water.
And got annihilated by Ruslan.
He went to Russia, man, and fought.
I know, man. He fought my boy with a smile. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, man.
Hey, y'all.
We're going to stop talking about future Mayweather opponents because then Manfredi go come up.
Hey,
I got
Mouse.
a good one. I got a really good one. Hey,
Mouse.
JG, go ahead. Who's your good one?
Hello?
Man, JG done dropped his iPad.
Mouse.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, you still think Alvarado a better boxer than Alvarado than Algieri?
Alvarado's a better boxer than Algieri.
Oh man. Hey, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Yo, man.
damn.
Hey, let me say this. Why now bring Chavez Sr. has been training and taking pictures. He has been taking pictures of him back in the gym and all that.
Hey, did somebody say De La Hoya already?
Mm-hmm.
De La Hoya getting in shape, dude.
Man, you better quit.
Number 49, De La Hoya, number 49.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley.
All right.
Shane Mosley and Paulie gonna fight on the undercard, dude. You saw the news on Twitter?
You need to stop with Shane Mosley, man. He don't know what he talking about, man. He been hit to Mosley.
Oh man, I got one for y'all. And I used to debate with this dude on the boxing forums, and he used to bring this dude all the way up all the time. He only lost like a couple years ago. Had the nerve to lose on a horse racing track. Spatter 4.
Oh,
Leave that alone, Sugar Floyd. That's not even competition. Stop.
yeah, that dude horrible.
Just because you think that you win a sparring match when Floyd was like fucking 17 does not mean that you're gonna beat him in a pro fight, man. Stop the drugs. Stop all the shit that you were doing in Pittsburgh. Leave it alone.
Yo,
Hey, that's down the street from Philly. He might came and got some of that Philly stuff.
Uh-oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Amir Khan versus Chris Algieri pre-fight show. We definitely want to thank Lloyd for hopping on with us. You got something to say, be cool?
Hey, did y'all discuss the UK fight with Kell Brook and Frankie Gavin and Kevin Johnson and Anthony Joshua?
Oh, you know what? Oh, wow.
And Jorge Linares and Mitchell. I mean, and Kevin Mitchell. I think Kevin's his name.
No, you know what? We actually didn't. But, okay.
You know what I'm surprised y'all didn't bring up real quick? And I just want to say this because I'm about to be out. Did y'all see what happened to Perez this past weekend? Good God!
Yeah, he got finished. Povetkin finished the rest of him. He just took his soul. And the referee should have stopped him.
I think I think that Magdamino fight, it took his killer instinct. It was gone.
Did it take his chin too?
I mean, Povetkin got power, so I mean, you know how that goes.
I know, but dang, that mug. I was like, damn. I thought he'd get his ass whooped, but not first round knockout.
Yeah, but
all right, man, fellas. You know, Sugar Floyd Jones Jr., aka Lloyd Knight, man. I'm out, man. It was a blessing to fellowship with y'all today, man. I love to invite me back sometime so I can talk more shit to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time, man.
Most definitely. Hey, before you go, bear down.
Bear down. December 13th, man. Be on the block, man.
December 13th.
His first band, man.
Hey, man, it was good having you on, Lord.
All right, man.
All right, man. Always a pleasure.
And, the cowgirl suck, man.
I second that emotion. All right. Well, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of quickly cover those fights and not to overdo it, but I got Kell Brook by TKO in 6 over Gavin. I got Anthony Joshua by KO in 4. And go ahead, Big Cool.
I got Kell Brook, KO, I think TKO or KO in the 10th round. I got Jorge Linares winning the unanimous decision. And I got Anthony Joshua winning, I think, KO in 6, or one of them late KOs, or maybe a decision. Because Kevin Johnson is durable. What Teddy Atlas used to call him, he know how to survive. He one of those surviving fighters or something. He know how to go rounds or some shit.
Okay.
So I got Joshua looking good this weekend, but I think he's gonna stop him late.
Okay. JG.
I got Joshua TKO 6, man. I think he keeps the streak going. I think he's going to look very good. I got Linares in a unanimous decision. And I got Kell Brook, KO 8, baby.
Mouse.
yeah, I got Kell Brook KO in like 5 rounds. Shit, who Gavin? Nobody. TKO about 7 and Linares UD2.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, thanks for tuning in. Colossal Boxing Talk, and we out.
Peace.
And baby, won't you come my way?
Was that JG?